Good evening, guys. I wanted to take the time to explain this assignment. Um, so, in the beginning of this assignment, um, it's going to be like a normal hyperlink document where you're going to get your information from this the thing link that I've made before for you guys. You click on that, and they'll pull this up right here. Um, so yes, these are your notes. Okay. So part of the reason why I'm doing these is because I'm not gonna make you take notes. Okay. Um, from something that you would have access to. So meaning like if I gave you the slideshow, what's the point in you just copying that information down? So I really want you to be able to do some learning on your own. Okay. So um, when you click on these, okay, the expectation that I have of you is to go through each icon, read it, okay. It's the notes, but in a different format, okay. I have different pieces. I have articles here, I have videos, I have images, and all of it is going to help you understand how to forecast weather. It is not easy, as you know. um, Meteorologists that go to school for a long time sometimes get it wrong. Okay, so weather is very difficult to predict for many reasons because there's so many underlying factors. But what I want you to do at the end of this lesson is to be able to use a weather map and to be able to forecast the weather for that day and then for the upcoming days. So part one is going to basically show you or give you the information you need. This video right here, which is number one, you make sure you watch it from beginning to end because about 10 of your questions from the document is going to come from this video. Okay, so don't breeze right through it. Make sure you are stopping it and rewinding for things that you don't understand, and just follow the numbers, right? Obviously, one, two, three. Sometimes when you see an icon under the number, that means it's like a supplemental video because sometimes when I add text, I can't link a video. I would have to like download it and it's too hard. So what I do is I just add a corresponding video underneath it and something, you know, that's relevant underneath it. Um, Make sure you're going through all of the icons. This should take you about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. Um, it could be done in a shorter time, but I don't know if you're going to be able to. I guess the first video is 10 minutes long. So I think about 20-25 minutes should be realistically the amount of time if you've read through everything and watched all the videos, all the media. All right. Keep in mind that these assignments are week-long assignments. So I expect you to work on them throughout the week. Okay. So once you've done all that, just like you did last time, you're going to answer your questions. Now, this is a review. We already covered fronts, warm fronts, cold fronts. However, obviously, these things are important. And the reason why weather is really the hardest part, I think, of this course. And what I've done this year is just chunked it into small, little digestible pieces so that when you put it all together, it's not so difficult because you've already gotten familiar with it. Again, we're still talking about that pressure, air pressure. We're talking about the relationship of temperature and, all of the factors that lead to different weather. Okay. So again, keep in mind that I said number one, that first video is going to answer a lot of these questions. And what you'll find is a lot of this stuff is redundant. And I did that because sometimes you need to hear it many different times to stick. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and answer these questions. I'm not saying that everything's going to come from that video, but a good chunk of these are going to come from the video. And then again, you'll see it throughout the hyperdot. Okay. Um, all right. So now you need to be able to read a weather map like this. Okay. What you'll see are the H's, the L's. What that means, okay, is that this is an area of a high pressure system and a low pressure system. And basically, what a high pressure system is you have um, air sinking. Okay. So remember what high pressure, when we talk about high pressure, we're talking about high atmospheric air pressure. Okay. So air is sinking, and when air sinks, okay, it basically doesn't produce any clouds. Okay. So you have kind of like bright sunny days, clear skies type of deal. All right. And when you see the L, this is a low pressure system. Okay. This is when you would have lots of clouds. Okay. You would have rain. Okay. So make sure you understand what the L's and the H means. Another term for it, because I don't want you to get confused, are cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, cyclones and anticyclones. It's the same thing as a low pressure system and a high pressure system. All right, not to be confused with a cold front. Okay, a cold front is basically those air masses that we learned about in the earlier assignment of this week. Um, those air masses that are bringing in cold weather. I mean, cold. Well, uh, the air masses obviously depending on where it originated, but in this case, you have the cold front moving out here from the northwest down to the east. Okay, usually out to the southeast. All right, bringing cold weather. And what you'll find in the cold front again, okay, is that you have severe thunderstorms right here at the boundary. After the cold front, then you expect to have some cool temperatures. Before the cold front, not so cool. Okay, so from here you could see here in Illinois, in Chicago, okay, you would have severe thunderstorms, and that's just going to keep moving as the hours and days go on down to the southeast. Usually the cold fronts always go from west to east, and the warm fronts usually go from obviously southeast to the north. Okay. Um, Sometimes you have occluded fronts, which is when the cold and the warm fronts meet. Okay. Another thing you always need to make sure you understand is that air always goes from high pressure to low pressure. Okay. All right. So I guess do not confuse the L's and H's with the cold fronts and the warm fronts. Okay. A lot of the times, though, when you have a low pressure system, you will see a cold front, an L, and then I'll show you here. Yeah, something like this, where you have a cold front that's coming in from the northwest, and you have a warm front. And so what ends up happening here is you have this was called a temperate low pressure system, and it brings severe weather. Well, it actually brings varying type of weather, where you have the warm front having like um, prolonged rain. Okay, so this area would have prolonged rain. This area right here would have um, mild weather. Okay, maybe some clouds, and then right here, this area here is having severe thunderstorm. And keep in mind that low pressure systems, you will learn, will be traveling counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. Okay, and this will be a cyclone, whereas in the northern hemisphere, the high pressure system is going and clockwise for the high pressure system. And here, so basically, what you'll learn is that high pressure, again, sinking air, you're going to have bright sunny skies. Low pressure systems are going to have rising air. And of course, as that air rises, it'll eventually cool down, condense, right? And it will cause rainfall. Okay. So in order to be able to read this, though, you really need to make sure that you have took the time to learn the information. Right here, another thing I wanted to talk about are these isobars. This is areas of pressure, okay? They're usually counted every 4 millibars, okay? So this is 1024, the other one will be 1020, then 1016, then 1012, okay? And so this is telling you air pressure, okay? Compare that to a low pressure system where you have here 992, okay? This is a low pressure system. And so what you'll find here with these circles and these, these circular rings here is basically areas that have the same type of pressure. Okay, so this band right here, all of this area here has the same type of pressure. Okay. All right. For number 22, all I'm asking you is to go here on this website, find 3 images of the different types of weather maps that you have. So it could be sonar, it could be it could be radar, it could be a satellite, it could be temperature. Okay, so just pick 3. There's a whole bunch you can look at, and then describe each type. Don't tell me the weather, but tell me what type of image it is. Is it satellite? Okay, and what does it show? Okay. All right, so now here is basically where big points are going to be, and this is going to be a test grade. So this whole assignment is a test grade. You're going to become a meteorologist. Okay, so you've been hired by WCVB Channel 5 as a guest meteorologist. You're going to basically film yourself on Flipgrid of a forecast, of a weather forecast. Now, you're going to use here this website, and it's going to bring you up to a weather map. Now this I thought that this link would like refresh with the newest day, so you might have to go to the next day. Okay, so try to go to the latest day. If it's not the most current day, go to the latest day you can. All right, hopefully it's not just April 14th, but I believe you can get the date here. Okay, either way, if this is the latest day you can get on here, then that's fine, you can use this. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to use this information. Okay, so by the end of the lesson you should be able to familiarize yourself with these symbols and what they represent, what kind of weather it brings. And basically the reason why I like this website is because it gives you all the different weather maps. Okay, and so you should be able to forecast the weather of that day. Okay, so right here, examine the weather maps and select the location. Now you get to pick the state or the region. I do not want 20-something Florida. Okay, weather maps. All right, so please make sure you find another area, and print out. You're gonna print out the collection, the graphic organizer that's attached to the assignment to fill out your information. If you don't have a printer, you could. I want you to have it written out. Okay. All right, because when you're presenting, I do want a map. I want to see your little map. All right. You're going to write your location at the top of your graphic organizer. You're going to analyze the weather. I will put the map symbol chart. I think I forgot to add it. I'll add it as an attachment. Okay. Then you're going to basically record the temperature, precipitation, the air fronts, and the air pressure on the graphic organizer. And that's basically to help you read out your forecast. Do not wing it. Sorry, I apologize, this dog's. Shh. Horatio, shh. Okay, so you're going to write that. The graphic organizer is what you're going to use to read during the filming of your video. Do not wing it. Okay, you know that if you wing it, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna end up recording and wasting your time multiple times. So please make sure you have a clear, accurate forecast of the weather of that day, and then also predict the weather of the next couple of days. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how many days, but let's say Horatio. Shh. Let's say for the following, let's say 2 or 3 days. All right, and the way you are going to be able to predict is by looking at those symbols and being able to read the weather maps. All right, so again, you want to make sure you have the temperature, the precipitation, the air fronts and the masses, and the air pressure. Okay, so if you do that, you will get your 30 points if you do it for the day, and the following days to come, you'll get 30 points. Then you're going to 5 points for any safety tips for people to, just say, oh, don't forget your umbrella if it's going to rain or whatever. All right. Or, use caution if you go on a boat or something like that. Okay. Whatever the meteorologists say. And then you're going to get 15 points for actually shooting your video. Now, I'm giving you 2 minutes to add on 2 or 2 minutes and a half to do this. It should not take you longer than that. Okay, and I'm going to give you 15 points for recording the video. So even if you do a terrible job, you're going to get your 15 points just for having the video done. But again, please make sure you're using that graphic organizer because it will definitely help you organize your information. And then make sure, I want to see if there's a way you can kind of, I don't know how techy you guys are. I'm not gonna require it, but if there's a way you can have your weather map on the background, that would be awesome. If you could do that, maybe have it like behind your computer or something like that. But if you can't, then that's okay. All right, and then I will be offering extra 10 points if you dress up like a weather person. Okay. All right. So this whole thing is a test grade. And again, this is kind of like the build up to what we've been doing the last 2 weeks because you need to all those small little lessons about pressure and temperature and density, all of that's going to come into play here. Okay. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please email me tomorrow. I got to bring my daughter to the doctor, so I won't be available in my office hours. But if you have any other questions, I should be free Friday. And of course, you can email me. We can meet whenever it's good for you guys. All right. Well, I'm signing off. I hope everybody's doing well. It seems like everyone in my house has been sick and since March. And I don't think we have corona, but I don't know. And now I'm starting to wonder because it hasn't been very serious, but just like having like a lingering cough that doesn't seem to go away. Now my baby girl is sick, so I will let you guys know if I'm not available on Friday, but I should be available on Friday. If you have any questions about any of the assignments, let me know. Okay. All right, guys. I hope everybody's doing well, and all right. I can't wait to see your forecast. I'm excited. Okay. Bye, guys.